Hello and welcome to this R-Graph instructional video. This time we're going to talk through a basic bar chart which has tooltips, large text and not a great deal more. So it's a great intro for getting familiar with the R-Graph way of doing things, making charts and getting yourself up and running, ready to make something a bit more interesting. So let's get on. The first thing that we have is the script tags, and there are 4 of those. There's the Common Core library, which is required for all charts and which contains the actual core functionality of R-Graph. Then we have the dynamic and the tooltip libraries. These are necessary to enable the tooltips functionality to work. And then finally we have the bar chart library, which is needed for making bar charts. Then we move on to the canvas tag, and we have the canvas tag's width, height and the ID. If you want to, you can wrap the canvas in a div tag that just makes it possible to apply margins and padding. You can't actually apply padding and margins to the canvas tag itself because that would knock the tooltip positioning out, and we don't want to do that. But we can apply the margins and the padding to the div tag, and that has the same effect. In order for the div not to span the entire width of the page, we can set the CSS display property to inline block, and that makes it act more like a canvas in terms of width and height. Now we come on to the main code, and that creates the chart. First, we must create a new bar chart object and give it the ID of the canvas tag, which in this case is CVS. We've specified the data, which normally would be an array of numbers, sometimes a nested array of numbers for a grouped or stacked chart, but here, as you can see, it's a string with comma-separated values. R-Graph will split the string up, creating an array. This is just a nicety that saves you an extra step. And then we have the main configuration of the chart. Let's have a look at that. We start by setting the y-axis units and the colors. We just have a single color in the array. This color will be used for all of the bars, not just one. If we had multiple colors, then they would be used for grouped or stacked charts. And if we specify the option colors sequential, the colors will be used sequentially, so one after the other. Then the title is set, the X and the Y axis are turned off, the margins are enlarged slightly, and then we come to the tooltips options. Previously, tooltips were given as an array of strings, but now R-Graph supports something called tooltip templates, which means that you can supply a single string as the tooltip option, which contains certain macros. R-Graph will go through that and replace them accordingly and present you with an appropriate tooltip. Then the units for formatted values are set. These are applied to the value formatted macro. Then a little bit of CSS is applied to the tooltip, increasing the size of the text. The responsive option we'll come to in a later video. We're not going to cover it here. And then after that, the chart is drawn. That covers the configuration of a basic bar chart. If you have a question about anything that you've seen here today or any of the options, simply add a message to the R-Graph support forum and I'll get back to you with an answer. See you in the next video.